Hi, I'm Tanya and this is my channel Just Let Me Sew. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you are well wherever you are and that you are managing to get lots of sewing done. I have to firstly apologise for being quite quiet on my channel lately. Life's been quite busy with work and all of that sort of thing going on. And I've also been helping out with the sewing challenge and event SewFizzTeaCated, which happened, the in-person event happened on Saturday, this Saturday just gone, and we've just drawn the winners for the challenge as well. So that is now finished. But I thought I would just pop on today and share a bit about the event, how it went, what I wore, all those sorts of things. So just a quick video today to fill you in on what I've been up to. So SewFizzTeaCated was a challenge that was put together initially by Mel Keane, who is on Instagram, and I will link her down below. And also helping out was Eleanor, I'll put her Instagram down below, and Angie. So the four of us, we put together this afternoon tea event, and it was Mel's brainchild of wanting to put on an event that would bring people together from the sewing community, but also support a charity that is very close to her heart. And in fact, Mel and Eleanor support the charity by running a sewing stillness class, which they do at the Lighthouse over in Woking. So the afternoon tea was always set out to support this charity, but also to bring people from the sewing community together, but in an accessible, affordable way. So we didn't want the tickets to be big price tickets. We wanted as many people to come as possibly could, obviously having to cover our costs and everything, and also try and give some money to charity at the same time. And then the sewing challenge was put together off the back of that to try and help more people get involved as well. So those that are perhaps overseas or couldn't reach Woking to come to the in-person event to get involved and also win some great prizes. So the prizes were all drawn, as I said, at the weekend, and winners have now been contacted about that. But if you follow Surrey Sews, so SURREY and then Sews, and I will link them as well down below and put the name somewhere on here to hear about the challenge and the prizes. We are hoping to run the event next year as well. So if you couldn't make it to Woking this year, there hopefully will be a next year as well. So follow Surrey Sews to find out more about that. But we've already started talking about when it's going to be. Very excited to do it again because it was great working with those three other ladies. So if they are watching, thank you very much for being a lovely, lovely group to work with, and I really, really enjoyed it. So the event. So I'll first of all tell you what I wore, and let me just grab my outfit. The pattern that I used was a New Look pattern, and it is New Look 6697, and it's a boxy, loose fitting shirt, dropped shoulders, and a pencil skirt. And what I really liked about the shirt in particular, and what you're not going to be able to see on the pattern, but I'll point it out in a minute, is the collar is quite interesting, and it was a really easy collar to insert as well. So I would really recommend this pattern because it's a boxy fit shirt. The fit doesn't have to be just so. You can get away with it, if you know what I mean. And it just looks really nice, casual. You can have it cropped if you want to, like in the picture, or you could lengthen it as well. As with all patterns, it doesn't have to be exactly how it is on the pattern. If you did want to lengthen it, just bear in mind you'd need to grade it out a little bit for the hips because it's not taking into account going over your hips on this. So here is the top, the blouse, and here you can see the curve detail that I mentioned on the lapel. So it hasn't got the pointed lapel, it's a nice curve, which I thought was a really pretty detail, and that's attached with a facing. I used a little label, which is a Rosy Cheeks label, You Deserve to Dream. And the fabric, I've mentioned all of this before in a previous vlog, so apologies if you've already heard this before, but the fabric was from Walthamstow Market. The buttons, you can't really see, the picture isn't going to do them justice, but they're lovely buttons, sorry. I think they're sort of like a shell effect, but just black, but just got that little bit of texture. So not just a normal flat button. And I got those from, sorry, just 1 minute. I got those from a shop that's new to me called totallybuttons.com, an online shop, and they had loads of different buttons to choose from. I picked up these black ones and then another set of buttons which has got really pretty white detail on them. I'll see if I can find them and include a picture if I can find them. But in the end I thought just go for plain black, sorry, because the pattern on the fabric is quite busy. So you can see it has got cutout details, which for the top actually wasn't a problem. I thought, oh, I might have to line it or make a slip or something, but I just wore a nude coloured bra so you couldn't really tell. And then you couldn't see through rather. The button placket has got a facing, and I was a little bit strategic with the cutting out of the fabric. So I made sure that there weren't too many of the holes around the placket area. And if I just unbutton it, you can see how it's faced there. And it was a really comfortable blouse to wear. Really enjoyed wearing that, and it came together really quickly. I did do a toile of it and no fitting issues at all. I made up a size 12 for the blouse and it fit spot on. Because it's that boxy fit, you don't have to worry too much about it. And then the skirt, I'll insert a picture of me wearing it, but the skirt I did line because you don't really want to see what's under there, and I didn't want to find a slip. I just wanted it to look as natural as possible. So again, I'll put a picture, but it closes with an invisible zip, and that went in really easily as well. I did use a tutorial, and I can't remember the name of the tutorial off the top of my head, on YouTube. I will link it down below or pop the name up here or something. And the waistband, I didn't use the same fabric for the waistband. I used just a plain pink lining, and I made the waistband out of that as well. So to line it, I just made exactly the same as the skirt, and I confess I did not do a very professional job of lining it. It got to the Wednesday before the event, and that was my last night that I would be able to do any sewing at all. I should have hemmed the lining separately and the skirt separately, but the thread on my overlocker broke and I just didn't have the time to fold them both up individually and do it like that. So I just hemmed it rather all as one, which isn't the best way to do it. But I was running out of time and it doesn't look too bad. It does pucker a little tiny bit at the side, but I don't think you can really tell when you're wearing it. It's fine. Now, what I do need to look out for in the future with this fabric is that you can see it's all like embroidered detail. In some places, if it gets caught, like here, the thread starts to come undone. That is easy to fix because you can just zigzag over it. But now that I have very cleverly decided to hem it all together, it's going to be a little bit harder to get in there, because if I have to do a zigzag, it would show on the lining as well. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Not going to worry about that now. So yeah, I'll put a picture of me wearing it. Now, because I was running around quite a lot in the event, I didn't pause to think, oh, I'll get a picture of just myself in my outfit. So hopefully the people in the photo won't mind having their photo on my vlog as well. But I've got a nice group shot of the ladies that I was working with on the event. So the lovely Mel, Eleanor and Angie, who were brilliant to work with. Really, really, really lovely people to work with. So as for the event itself, as I said, that was held in Woking, and we had about 85 people come along, which was fantastic. I think any more than that and it would have felt way too busy. So perfect number, lovely to see so many people. and lovely to be in the same space as so many people that share the same passion and hobby for you. So to hear people talking about patterns and fabric and trips to the knitting and stitching show, it was really lovely. And because it was during the day, there was no worries about leaving on time to make your last train or anything. It was all very casual and relaxed. So I was on the door with Eleanor, checking people in and showing people where to go. And we then had a little welcome speech from Mel. We then had a catwalk where people chose to show their lovely creations, which I was kind of forced into doing. I was DJing for the music and thought I would get away with not having to do the catwalk, but then they called me up, which was a bit embarrassing. But amazing to see everyone else's makes. We had about 40 people take part in the catwalk, which was fantastic. Really, really enjoyed seeing all of that. We then had a raffle draw. So everyone was given a free ticket included in the cost of their entrance ticket. They were given a free raffle ticket. And we had some fantastic prizes, really good prizes. What was there off the top of my head? We had a Beyond the Pink Door subscription box was donated, a year free subscription to Stash Hub, so very kind of Yvette to give that. We had one of the, what do they call, the green machine for pressing in studs, I think. I can't remember the names of all the amazing companies that supported us, but if you go over to Surrey Sews, you will see all of the names of the companies that very, very generously donated vouchers. We had Sarah from Simple Life Fabrics donated a very generous voucher. Lucy from Sew Essential, Fabric Godmother, See Me Sew. So many, I can't even begin to remember all of them. Jazz and Wow, so the lovely Bex gave a voucher. Adam Sews gave us some project bags as well. Loads of lovely prizes. So if you are thinking about possibly coming next year, do come along because the prizes were wonderful and you had about a 1 in 4 chance of winning a prize, we worked out. So very good there. Yeah, so after we drew the raffle, then things sort of started to come to a close, and meanwhile amazing sandwiches and cakes were all being served with tea and coffee, drinks as well. People were mingling and just having a lovely time. And before we knew it, it was about 5:15 and people were starting to say goodbye, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, God, there's so many people here that I just haven't had a chance to even talk to. So if you were there, thank you, really thank you so much for coming along. It really meant a lot to us to have so many people come and support our event, which we never imagined would be as successful as it was, but we've already had messages about when's it going to be next year, and I'd love to come along. So thank you if that is you as well. Now, as people were leaving, we were handing out the all-important goodie bags, and we had some really, really generous donations for the goodie bags. So I will just grab my goodie bag to show you what was in it. We had some wonderful discount codes. So Becky Sewing Studio, Tammy Handmade, Felicity Fabrics, Fabric Godmother, See Me Sew Supplies, Miss Maker, Helen's Closet, and Textile Express all gave us discount codes. And there were more included on little cards. We had Fabuloso, gave us some money off as well. The Specky Seamstress, Watson's Fabrics. I think that's it. We also got some little labels from Little Rosy Cheeks. And then these lovely little packets that were put together, which was from fabfabric.uk. And they've put in there some trim, a fabric marking pencil, a seam ripper, some ribbon, buttons, and some little fabric clips as well. Really kind. And little heart shape split ring, very cute. And also a lovely little sticker which said Surrey Sews, which I've already put on my sewing notebook. So a great goodie bag, really pleased with that. That was lovely to have. So that was it. And then, as I said, before we knew it, it was 5 o'clock and it was time for everyone to leave. And we all just completely crashed after everybody left, sat down with a nice cup of tea, got changed, and then started packing away. So I will include a photo here of everybody that came along. Apologies if your face isn't quite in the picture. But again, thank you so much to everybody that came along. We haven't yet totted up the total amount raised for the lighthouse, but it was just a wonderful charity to support. The event took place at the lighthouse, and if people went upstairs, they could see the amazing clothes studio they have, which literally takes people in that have nothing at all. Some women fleeing domestic abuse come in just in the clothes they are wearing, and they kit them out in what they need to start again. So amazing to see that. Free haircuts, a craft area, they've got a cafe area as well, a nice retreat area, quiet stillness area to support with therapy sessions as well. So it was wonderful to see that. So again, thank you so much for coming along to the event, and a massive thank you to Mel, who came up with the idea, and a big thank you to Eleanor and Angie as well for helping to organise. It was really wonderful to work with them. So that's me for today. Thank you for tuning in, and apologies again for my absence, and I will be back soon, hopefully with some makes to share with you. Take care and see you soon. Bye.